Barcelona, the scene of so much drama over the years, and a McLaren front row lockout. 3 points between them, and Oscar Piastri, with his 4th career pole, has looked back to his best and ready to take the fight to his teammate with the largest pole margin of the season. Lando Norris himself fighting back in Monaco to record his first win since Australia. The McLaren not hampered by the new front wing regulation, and in fact, it's only served to make them look stronger. We're just outside Barcelona. The sun is shining again. Another scorcher, 90 minutes away from the start of the Spanish Grand Prix.
Waiting for the lights to go on. We've got a green flag. We've got 2, 3, 4 and 5 lights. It's lights out and away we go. Oscar Piastri is away very well indeed. Russell trying to pick up a slipstream and now moves out from behind Lando Norris. Piastri's got the jumper there. 3 abreast coming at him from behind. Piastri into turn 1. Verstappen with Norris on the inside. Verstappen gets ahead. Hamilton goes round the outside of George Russell. Kimi Antonelli takes to the escape route. That was a perfect start for Oscar Piastri as Gasly and Hadjar battle away. Verstappen picking up a place already.
Wow, what a brilliant, exceptional start from Oscar Piastri. So he listened to his engineer, he dropped that clutch much faster in the second phase and absolutely stormed away. What a great start from Max Verstappen too.
And there is Charles Leclerc going down the inside at turn 5 on George Russell. He's lost out to 2 Ferraris on the opening lap. They were not held for very long, and Piastri, great start. And I tell you what, Antonelli had to move over, didn't he, because Charles Leclerc was coming through.
That was so close to a crash because Lewis had a bad start, pulled over and almost squashed Leclerc between Antonelli and himself. That was very, very close.
Settle down a bit.
How can George lose that position to Leclerc when he was...
well, he lost the position to Leclerc later on,
I know, but he was in such a comfortable position, actually. Not great that he lost that position afterwards.
And this was where Lando Norris lost the position to Max Verstappen.
He was playing the championship game there. He has to be careful. He cannot afford to lose points in a crash to Oscar Piastri, and he knows Max Verstappen is not going to give way. So it's either you're careful or you might crash.
This was Lewis Hamilton's start. There's his teammate, Charles Leclerc, coming at him. Then Lewis picks up the slipstream, and ahead of him, opportunities open up. Dances round the outside. Very neat.
Leclerc has been told he needs more lift and coast for tyres for exactly that reason, to bring the temperature down. To pick up on Nico's point, Hamilton is...
He's going for it, Bernie. I'll interrupt you for 2 seconds. Charles Leclerc trying to get past Lewis Hamilton into turn 1. Nothing doing. And Nico Rosberg shaking his head alongside me.
No, I mean, I'm shaking my head because Lewis is 1 second a lap slower at the moment.
And finally, Ferrari are saying, swap positions with Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they have the Sky feed on their pit wall, so they were listening in on our advice and of course made the call. But
you realise someone's going to take that seriously there.
Oh, sorry. But this is, can I just say also, this is horrible for Lewis in this situation. You're in that car, it sucks so much, it's so horrible that you have to wave your teammate past. It's like he's the 7-time world champion, he's the greatest, and here he is waving this young teammate by. That's not fun.
No grip. Where to that, that is.
Yeah, copy that, understood.
Is this another race, Nico Rosberg, where we're seeing the McLaren's better tyre wear coming into play?
Lando is coming closer and closer. He's gonna go for that overtake at some point soon.
Well, he's gonna have to go around the outside this time, and nothing doing on this occasion. Yeah. This is the closest he's been, Lando Norris. He had a little go, didn't he, on the previous lap, a half attempt. This could be a full send it down the inside or dance around the outside. He's going to try and send it down the inside. Verstappen's not even defending this one because he knows that it's a little bit futile and that Lando Norris has that extra grip, and it's McLaren back 1 and 2 here. Is Lawson going to have a go down the inside? Albon moves to cover that off into turn 1. Lawson tries to dance around the outside and does so. Quick step from Liam Lawson up into 12th. Fernando Alonso is waiting to pounce there. Was that a bit of bodywork that just came off as Alonso goes past Albon?
Yeah, I mean, Liam is doing everything. Oh, this is a prior one, huh?
Yeah.
Dive bombs it. It's his corner. And then Albon stays in front or what on the exit? No, that's not on. So Albon should have let it pass because Liam did everything perfectly. Dive bombed in, was ahead. It's his corner. Alex needs to yield. You know, he needs to yield and back out, and then he cannot stay in front afterwards. So, oh my goodness, this is a total day to forget for Alex, who's crashing here as well again.
That's the second part where we saw the bodywork coming off.
A day to forget for him and for Williams.
That is Alex Albon, I'm afraid, retiring from this race. Hadjar and Gasly are getting very close to each other once again, as we see him try and go around the outside.
Wow, very fair play from Gasly there. I think the camaraderie from last night's win of PSG is still playing out there, perhaps, if everything goes well.
It's not a bad Saturday, is it, for Nico Hülkenberg? Getting some overtaking done, running here in the top 9 once again. He's managed to get past Pierre Gasly.
It's so hard to drive, like, come brake, and then have no turning. It looks easy.
Here we go, so he's trying to go for the overtake, big DRS. Ollie Berman doesn't close the door, he does a... Well, that's a dive bomb, but that's not good. He was way too far back, you know, and he was just only ever so slightly alongside behind there, and that was really not a good job. And Ollie, we can be Ollie, we need to praise him because he really managed to avoid a big crash there. So that was a great job from Ollie there.
Front axle on the inside to the wing mirror of the car in front, and you've got right to the corner.
That needs to get a penalty.
Got a double yellow that's been waved, and it is for Kimi Antonelli, who's gone off the track at turn 10, and he has gone a long way on the runoff area into the gravel. And that is Kimi Antonelli out of this race, and it's the first safety car we've had for many a long year here at the Spanish Grand Prix. Last 2 of them didn't even get a single yellow flag, let a safety car, and this has now completely changed the nature of this race. Well, they're coming out into the pits, and they are going to stop Oscar, and they're not going to be able to double stack, so they're going to change tyres for Oscar Piastri. Red Bull are out waiting for Max Verstappen. Out into the pit lane goes Oscar Piastri. They're coming out at Ferrari as well, maybe for Charles Leclerc.
The battle is going to be between Lando and Max now. It looks okay for Lando. They did a fantastic double stack there.
Yeah, they did. That
got out in time.
That was actually... Is that hard tyres that have just gone to Verstappen's a brand new set of hard tyres?
What is his tyre?
That's the hard tyre, Max.
Why? Why are you on the hard?
That was the only option.
We are racing. We have green flags, and Oscar Piastri is leading here, and Max Verstappen's under pressure from Charles Leclerc already, and you can see the big snap from Verstappen as he made his way around the final corner. Now they're over the line. Now Charles Leclerc can get the overtake done. Piastri leads into turn 1. Then comes Norris, then Leclerc. Russell on the inside of Verstappen, who has to go off the track. Lewis Hamilton behind George Russell, and he's back out on the track, Max Verstappen, behind Charles Leclerc. The hard tyre giving him a hard luck story here in Barcelona.
Wait, he just rammed into me. He did the same. That's a penalty. Charles just rammed into me on this straight.
Copy that, Max.
Let's see on board now with Charles Leclerc.
Look at that! Oh my goodness! You cannot go more sideways than that. Why does he say Leclerc rammed into it? Oh, there they touched, but Leclerc was already passed by then, so that's not a fair comment from Max. That was
I wonder.
Look at that! How sideways!
Such was the snap there from Max Verstappen. Did he think Leclerc hit him?
No, it's here. Look, it's there.
It's there. Well,
but that's Max's fault because Leclerc's already passed.
Well, let's just have a little look here from the helicam. This will give us a much better shot.
Leclerc goes past.
There goes
Leclerc.
Touch. Well,
that's Max's fault.
Verstappen's gone into
Leclerc
Leclerc.
didn't move.
Yeah, exactly.
So what is he talking about?
And now on the exit of turn 1, let's have a look. There's did George Russell hit Max? And that's why Max had to get off the track. Is he talking about George Russell? The stewards are looking at George Russell now.
And George Russell. He hit 2 cars on that straight.
But the stewards are looking at this next moment here, where Verstappen and George Russell make contact.
So George overcooks it, and he has to open up because he has the rear end go out. So it was George's fault there, and that's why Verstappen now is allowed to stay in front.
Max, can you let Russell through, please?
No!
Let Russell through.
No.
My advice is to let him through.
Wait, he just rammed me off the road.
But that's the rules.
Oh, and as he tried to let him through, George Russell going round the outside at turn 5 makes contact with Max Verstappen. Let's have a look at it again. On board with George Russell, who will be told Max is going to let you past. He's got past, and then Max drives into him.
Wow, that's bad. That is seriously bad.
Well, that looked even worse riding on board with George Russell. He's ahead.
He just rams him full on. You need to black flag that. There's no other way. But it's Max was in the right at first, in the first instance, and then the team went against Max, and they caused him to boil over. The point is, though, that Verstappen was in the right, where we see Hülkenberg passing Hamilton. I cannot believe it.
Hamilton struggling so much that he has been passed by the Sauber of Hülkenberg, who's up into 6th place, and whilst that happens, Fernando Alonso is up into 10th for potentially his first point of the season. Norris won the second leg of the triple header. The third leg of the triple header is going to Oscar Piastri, and it is Piastri who wins the Spanish Grand Prix. McLaren 1-2 with Lando Norris in second place. Behind the papaya comes the scarlet red of Charles Leclerc, third.
10-second time penalty.
For Max Verstappen.
That's a very lenient one from my point of view.
That keeps him in the points.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Yikes. I've done that before in Mario Kart.
My first question has to be, was the move on George intentional when you turned in?
Does it matter?
I think so, to people watching.
Yeah? Okay. That's great. I mean, I prefer to speak about the race than just one single moment.
The moment itself got you a 10-second penalty, though, and that pushes you back down to 10th, so it affects your driver's title hopes this year.
If there are any. So I think we are way too slow anyway to fight for the title. I think that was clear again today.
You pull off something like the move in Imola, and we all see what an incredible driver you are. And it's horrible to see that shine taken off.
Is it?
With a comment about that. I think so, for fans and for kids watching, I think so.
Yeah? Okay, well, that's your opinion.
Yeah?
Yeah. We leave it there.
It's time for the champagne here in Barcelona. A hot, hot weekend. Hot action on the track, and tempers reaching boiling points on it too. Had a bit of everything, this one. And for the 5th time this season, it had Piastri on top.